Friends, Romans, and Patriots, lend me your ears and strap on your tinfoil hats because it's time for the Gay Frog Chat. The Gay Frog Chat is a weekly panel discussion where we go neck deep into different conspiracies, current events, points of discussion, perhaps even debates. We do all kinds of things here. Today, we got a couple of things that I wanted to cover, that I wanted to talk about. But before we go into anything, how's it going, Mr. Ohio Patriot? How are you doing?
I am currently in the process of trying to get a plate off to put a red dot on a new pistol I got today.
Oh, nice. Very cool. What kind of pistol did you get?
I got another G3C Toro. Because I wanted to do
G3C? G2C?
No, G3C.
Okay, Taurus. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I wanted to do dual carrying from now on, is what it is with everything going on.
Yeah, we got some stories, man. There's some stories to talk about. But before we get into any of those, first of all, I'd like to apologize to everybody for not doing the regular chat on Tuesday or any chats this week. Yeah, I had a incident. My air conditioner broke in the house. And so I called the apartment complex people to have them come by and fix the AC, which they did 4 days later. You know how they do.
Mm-hmm.
And the old AC plugged into a regular outlet. The new AC unit required a 220, which there was a plug for. But unbeknownst to anybody, the plug did not work. It was not wired incorrectly. So they called their in-house electrician to come in and rewire or do whatever it takes to get the AC to work. He comes in the house and just starts flipping breakers in the breaker box. And he flipped the breaker to my bedroom where my computer was running, and it fried my fucking computer. Basically wrote a bunch of emails to the management company that owns the apartment complex, telling them like, yeah, this was 100% your guy that did this. My computer was working in the morning. I was doing stuff all morning. I can prove it. He came by, he flipped breakers. Now it's not working. It's broken. I took my computer to Micro Center and had them diagnose it. Turns out that when he flipped the breaker, and I'm not sure if it was something to do with my surge protector was old or something. I don't know. It should be fine. But it fried my motherboard, it fried my CPU, and it fried my RAM. All three of them, according to them. And, it wasn't working. I don't know if all three are fried. I bought all three new, and they were going to charge me $300 to rebuild my computer. So I was like, fuck that shit. I'll do it myself. I'll save $300. I've built computers before. I'll do it again. And honestly, dude, I built this one in record time. I've built like 5 computers. I've never had it go so quickly and so smoothly and so flawlessly. I don't know. It's pretty easy to do. Certainly not worth $300 to have someone else do it. But the apartment complex eventually got back to me, and they were like, oh, according to page 53, section 2, clause B of your leasing contract that you signed, we are not liable. So we feel bad about it, though. So we're going to give you $100 off of your rent for the month. But I spent $80 getting my computer diagnosed, and then it was like $250 plus like $260, with tax, basically, for parts. So I spent $340 of money that I don't have to spend right now to get my computer back, which arguably was maybe a bad decision, but I felt like I needed to do it. And yeah, dude, it's kind of weird when you're used to having a computer, and like that's what you use for entertainment, and that's what you use for live streams, that's what you use for editing YouTube videos, etc., etc. And now you don't have any of that. And so it was $340 minus the 100, which means I paid $240 to be here tonight. And also, I went to the doctor on Tuesday, finally, at my doctor's appointment. I was kind of hoping to perhaps maybe have them I was gonna perhaps maybe have them I don't know, look at my foot and get the stitches out and get me back to work. And it was like Groundhog's Day. There were like 2 more weeks of winter. The stitches have to stay in my foot for another 2 weeks. They put me on another round of antibiotics because it was starting to get infected. And I don't get the stitches out until the 1st now. So still no work. Still had to pay for the computer. So things are kind of fucked right now. And, you know, you guys did help me out quite a bit, but I need some more help. I don't know what to do, dude. Honestly, we'll figure it out. Hopefully, I don't know, dude. We'll figure it out. But a lot of shit going on, man. A lot of shit going on in the world, not just here. We're having all kinds of problems here. It seems like bad things come in threes, right? Because motorcycle accident. Another thing. My friend Z, you guys know Z Zarati, the guy who comes on here who talks the alternative position to what we're all saying a lot of the time, which I really appreciate. I find him to be kind of like my Ian from Timcast, you know, kind of someone who's just like a little bit off the wall about things, but he's honestly, dude, he's one of my oldest friends. You know, I've known him since I was 19, I think, is when I met him. And there's been several instances where other people in the group of friends that we had came and went, but like we stayed friends, you know, through thick and thin, through all of it. And I don't have a lot of people like that. But the other day he had a heart attack. So he's not doing very good. Doctors, as far as I understand, say that he's going to be okay, that he's got to go through quite a bit of rehabilitation and lifestyle changes and perhaps dietary changes. I'm not sure exactly what caused it, to be honest, but he's pretty fucked up, dude. Like, he had a fucking heart attack. So he may or may not be around in the short term. Hopefully he gets better, and I'd love to have him on the chats again, but, you know, definitely understand for now that he's a little weakened and a little bit sad. And then another thing with him, so he's going through all this shit. Bro, it's like when it rains, it fucking pours, I swear to God. So he's going through all this stuff. And he's got a dog. He's got this Dogo Argentino, if you guys know what that is. It's a big fucking dog. And he let it out to use the bathroom, and it like ran away or hopped the fence or did something and got hit by a guy on a motorcycle who was speeding through the neighborhood, going 55 and a 25. Dog ran in front of him. If he was going 25, it would have been fine. Like, he would have been able to stop, or even like 35 maybe. He probably would have been fine, you know. But he was going 55 and a 35 and fucking tagged the dog. I don't know how the motorcyclist is, but the dog had to be put down. So
Jesus.
He had a heart attack and his fucking dog had to be put down. And, you know, meanwhile, I'm like complaining about my foot. Gotta put things in perspective sometimes, I suppose. But yeah, man, shit is not dope. Shit kind of fucking sucks. So, lot of stuff going on. Which parts? It was the CPU. So I had a Ryzen 7 3700X, a B450M motherboard, and 16 gigabytes of RAM that all got fried. So I got a bundle deal from Micro Center where they gave me a Ryzen 5 5500. So it's newer generation, but not as good as far as the cores go. I got the same motherboard, the exact same motherboard, which is actually why that was part of the reason why the build went so quick, because I got the same motherboard. And then just RAM, you know, just got whatever cheap RAM that they had, which honestly is not cheap. But when you bundle them all together, it wasn't too bad, because I think the motherboard by itself was like 100. The processor by itself was like 120. And the RAM by itself was like 180. So that should have been like $400. But it was only $250 because I bought them all together and because Micro Center's badass. And again, they were going to charge me fucking $300 to put it all back together and, you know, reinstall Windows and do all the things. But I'm like, bro, I've done this not a million times, but I've done it a few times. I know what I'm doing. It's kind of nerve-wracking at a point because I've never built a computer with like old used components and new. You know what I mean? The only times I've built a computer, it was buying all new shit and putting it together. And in that case, when you buy all new shit and put it together, if it doesn't work, you can be like, hey, this doesn't work. Figure it out. I just bought all this shit from you. Versus when you're taking old components and new components and mixing them together and making a new fucking Frankenstein computer. There's a very good chance that something else is broken in there that they didn't catch, and then they'd have to charge another fucking $80 to diagnose what's going on with it to figure out what other part needs to be replaced. Like, man, it could have been bad, but I got away pretty all right when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? So that's okay. But certainly it was 300 and what was it? 250, 260, I guess, with tax plus another 80. So yeah, $340 I was not expecting to spend right now. So that kind of sucks. And also got the bad news on Tuesday that the stitches aren't coming out of my foot for another 2 weeks. And basically that I'm not going to be able to work for another 2 weeks. So now money's tight. Like I thought I was doing pretty okay, you know, like I wasn't too worried about stuff. Now I'm kind of worried about stuff. Like I think I will be okay, but we're going to be eating fucking, I don't know, bologna sandwiches and fucking mac and cheese for the next 2 weeks. So if you guys want to give to the Honda doesn't have to eat bologna sandwiches and mac and cheese fund, I will drop I'll drop that in the chat for you guys. I mean, again, you guys have already helped me out so much. You guys have already given so much to me, and I wouldn't even be eating fucking bologna sandwiches if it wasn't for you guys. So I can't really ask, but if you have it in your heart and you feel bad for me and you want to help out, don't do it. Don't do a super chat tonight. Do that. And I would appreciate it. But yeah, dude, shit sucks. Oh, also, my son left for college on, I think it was the 10th or the 11th. I think it was the 11th. So it's been, you know, a week now that he's been gone. And it's been rough, dude. I don't know how many of you guys out there have kids that are college age or have kids that are out of the house now. But, you know, man, I've spent the last 18 years of my life day in, day out, dealing with shit, working hard, doing whatever I can for them, for both these kids. I mean, one of them's 20, and he's still at home, quote unquote. But I don't know if you guys remember 20. How much time did you spend with your dad when you were 20 years old? Dad's not the coolest dude. You know what I mean? Not that I'm uncool or that he doesn't like me, but he's got friends, he's got a girlfriend, he's got a job. Like, he's never fucking here. And then my younger son, who was here quite a bit, is all of a sudden not here at all. And he lives fucking, Jesus, 4 hours away up in the mountains in Grand Junction. And man, it's been a tough transition, especially like dealing with like this injury at the same time where I'm just like home. I'm just home, you know, like I got nowhere to go because going places costs money. And my foot hurts anyway, and walking around for more than an hour sucks. So I'm not going to, you know. So the only place that I go really is like the grocery store and the gym. And when I go to the gym, I'm just doing like arms and shoulders and abs and stuff. I can't even fucking, you know, like run or, you know, like I'm so fucking limited right now. And then I don't know, man, it's been tough. It's been a tough month. It's been a tough fucking month. One of the hardest, it's not the hardest of my life, honestly. I've gone through more shit. But yeah, it's been pretty tough, man. Just being honest with you guys. So again, you guys don't have to help out. I understand if you don't. Times are tough. People don't have money as it is. Like, everybody's working for their shit, and fuck, man. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just one of those things, you know. But if you guys have it in your heart and you want to help out, like, I could really use some help still. It sucks. And I wish I wasn't asking again. But here we are, fucking again. So I apologize, and I do thank you guys in advance. But all that being said, we do have some stories to talk about tonight. We have this guy. This is what's the name of this park? Rhino Art Park in Denver. So it's the River North Art District. It's like this like fucking fancy Democrat place that they spent a fuck ton of money, dude. They spent so much money on this one part of Denver trying to make it like nice again, like gentrifying it or whatever. And I was riding my motorcycle through this very park not very long ago because no one was in it except for homeless people. So it's like, are you going to be mad at me for riding my motorcycle here or for the people doing heroin in the grass over there? Like, I think I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think we can listen to that. Yeah, there's a guy with a fucking machete. Some fucking Somalian or something. With a machete walking through the park. Because that's what you do when you're a Somalian and you move to a liberal city. And you just walk through the parks. I mean, if you're, if there's guys doing fentanyl and guys riding motorcycles around the park, I mean, what is it to bring a machete, right? Like, who cares? Anyway.
Now it's a party.
Colorado man arrested accused of killing his wife while children were asleep. And I said, maybe he was protecting them. Oh, that's terrible. I know. I'm sorry. But I mean, like, dude, have you guys seen these stories about all these fucking crazy liberal women fucking like standing on, Jesus, dude. We'll get into it. You guys will see. If you don't know what's going on, you've been living under a fucking log. I know that. Here we go. These are the people that we're up against. They kill babies, they support child killers, they mock murder, and they call you a violent fascist. The left is getting out of control, dude. The left is getting absolutely out of control. Like the Charlie Kirk conspiracy theorists, you've got these fucking crazy liberal women who were like backing and sending money to this child murderer who strangled her 3 fucking children while she sent her husband out to do like some chores or something. Like, hey, run to the store and get me some milk real quick. And he comes back with the milk. I don't even know what she sent him to do. Doesn't really matter. And she strangled all 3 of her children with exercise bands. She put fucking big ass fucking thick rubber bands. She wrapped them around their throats until they suffocated to death. And women in droves are out in the streets going like this for some reason. I don't even know what that means. But the amount of support for a child murderer is insane. And also the same conspiracy theorists, the same people who were talking about Charlie Kirk nonstop and how, like a 30-06 goes through your throat no matter what and blah, blah, blah. They don't know anything about fucking ballistics. They don't know anything about anything, dude. And, they go online and they say things and speak of the devil, Mr. Zarate. I'm not saying you're the devil. I'm just saying we were speaking of you.
I'm fine.
You doing all right, man?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm just cooking some food up, and I figured I saw that you weren't answering your phone, and then I realized there's a chat. I should probably dial in.
Oh, yeah. Is that you texting me? I can't. There's too many things going on, bro. I can't fucking concentrate on that while I'm doing this.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. No doubt. That's no problem.
Yeah, I was telling everybody about everything that happened to you, man. Like, everything that happened to me is like shitty, but like then I like look at like your situation. I'm like, bro, I'm fine. Like, Jesus.
Well, you know what it is it was my dumb ass for not realizing how strong things really are. You know what I mean? Like, the power of everything you put in your body is remarkable. I will definitely be more cautious when I take things in. Yeah, it's I'm glad that I didn't have a heart attack. Like, I thought that I was having a heart attack. But it was definitely some major withdrawals. My whole body went into shock and shaking and kind of convulsions, and And then my heart kind of compressed, and I was having some panic attack that was pretty strong. So yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. And I was thrown up, and I couldn't control things. And yeah, went to the hospital, got some crazy, what is it, buprenorphine or some no. They put something in you for like if you've been drinking or anything to hydrate you and like kind of knock you out. It's a barbiturate of some sort, I think.
I don't know. I know nothing about this. So
Phenobarbital. That's what it is. Yeah. So they put that in you. They do some crazy stuff. Anyway, came home. My body just wasn't there because there was no like energy to push. Like it was pretty crazy, and just the pain in the legs and whatnot, the restless legs. But everything is coming back into order now. I think I'm where I need to be. So
that's good. I mean, like with what we were talking about the other day, I thought you'd be. I mean, you texted me earlier today that you were at work. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah, because like it wasn't. It was different. It was pretty bad. So be a different show.
Yeah, I guess you got through it at least. So
yeah, I'm getting through it for sure. Everything's cool.
Fair enough.
Losing my dog was hard, man. I'll tell you what, right now, like that's the loneliest thing. I think both my mom and I are kind of struggling with that. But you know what? Like you're not at work. You can't be doing any better like than me. Like you got to be in the same kind of place, like just struggling, wondering like, well, what's going to be next? Am I going to heal okay? Like, you know, mental health and physical health are both super important. And it's something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling everybody about like Jack, my son, my oldest son. He's 20 and he's got friends and he's got a girlfriend and like he still lives at home, but he's fucking never here. You know, he's always off doing stuff, so you might as well not live at home. Like, I see him like, you know, 2 dinners a week, maybe, you know. And then my youngest son just left for college. Like we moved him into his dorm room on fucking Wednesday last week. So he was here not all the time, but he was here often enough, and like half the time between his mom's house and my house. And for the past 18 years, I've had my reason, you know, I've had my why. I've had my like, here's the motivation to go through the pain or the bullshit at work or the whatever, you know, like when things get tough, like I just got tougher because I had, you know, I still have these kids, but they really needed me. And now they're like off flying on their own, bro. And it's hard. It's fucking hard. And like on top of that, I'm just stuck at fucking home right now.
Right. You get bored of being in the same position all day.
Well, I mean, thankfully, they got me on some antibiotics now. So my foot was starting to get better, and then it started to get worse. And it was hurting more and more, and I had to take Tylenol like all the fucking time to make it not throb. And I went to the doctor on Tuesday, and they gave me some fucking antibiotics. So I've been on antibiotics since Tuesday, and it's starting to hurt less now. So I don't have to take Tylenol anymore, which is that's pretty big. Actually, I feel way better. Like I've been, I cleaned up the house. I mopped all the floors. Like I fucking did all the dishes and cleaned the kitchen. I had to rebuild my computer. So I cleaned off my entire desk. And then I was like, well, I cleaned my desk. I might as well clean my room. Like I've been doing a lot of shit in the last like 2 days because I've been starting to feel better, but still I can't wear shoes is the problem. Like
that's insane. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I gotta walk around with sandals on, and still
I prefer that.
Well, I mean, it'd be fine if I worked at a job that lets you wear sandals.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean, I went into my work on Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember, one of the two, and basically told them like, hey, I'm not going to be at work for a little while, and I guess I got like 10 hours of vacation time that they can throw at me or something, but that's not very much. Well, that's not very much is the problem.
No, of course, but still, at least you got something, right? I mean, it takes a little ones.
But that's all they're going to do for me is here's a little vacation time that we owe you. Like, fuck, dude.
Does Colorado not have some sort of like not disability, but short-term leave of absence through the state. Like
I don't know.
Minnesota's got that. Minnesota has a short-term disability. So if you're hurt like you are, they'll pay you to be at home. It's a combination of the state and your job paying you through Minnesota. So it's kind of nice, they take care of their people. Maybe Colorado's got something cool like that. I mean, you should probably check that out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try. Maybe it's too late. I don't know. I'll look into it.
No, it's probably not too late if you're just getting burnt through your what do you call it, vacation time. I know I went through mine first. I'm not going to get any more time off unless it's sanctioned,
Man, that's rough.
Oh yeah, that's why I went back to work. And then when I was thinking about leave of absence in Oregon, like I might as well wait for one of my surgeries. I don't want to do it on this. Like this is just simply getting in there and rebuilding my body because it had been using something that wasn't natural this entire time. It's bad enough I take tea, but then now I'm taking something else. Like, yeah. So once I get to my body back to where it needs to be, I'm going to quit what they have me on now,
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's diet and exercise. It's taking care of yourself. It's getting enough sleep. Like, there's a bunch of shit that you need. Not just you. Like, everybody needs to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I quit smoking weed. I don't drink. I had a beer the other day for the first time this year.
That was that.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, good.
But I had a beer. It's not like I drank. So.
Hell yeah, that one beer is probably good. You share it with somebody?
Yeah, I met up with my brother-in-law and my niece and nephew and some family and had dinner the other night.
That's awesome. All right. It's a little memory behind that.
It's kind of nice,
Yeah.
Getting out of the house because I've just been stuck here, bro. Like, just been fucking stuck here. It sucks. But what are you going to do?
Right. Well, that's cool, though. You had a good time, at least for that second. I gotta stop this mess that's going on. Sorry about that noise there, guys.
Oh, you're good, dude. I thought I had way more stuff than this, but okay. So we have people who are still like being like, "Oh, Charlie Kirk, he got shot in the neck with a 308. Here's a 308 going through stop signs." Yeah, is that a Remington Corlock 308, a hunting round, or is that a Full Metal Jacket 308? Oh, it's a Full Metal Jacket, so your fucking test is bullshit. And everyone who's commenting and being like, "Oh, you're right, blah, blah, blah," is also full of shit or retarded or at least ignorant. Because, there's a huge difference between a regular 308 round, 308, I keep saying 308, 30-06 round, and a Remington Corlock 30-06 round. One is meant to penetrate and go through things. One is meant to expand and dump all of its energy into whatever you shoot. One is made for basically war. One is made for hunting. They're completely different fucking things out of the same gun. And they act differently. And when you hit someone in a thick bone, like your spine, with a hunting round, there's no wonder most of the bullet didn't go through. And I'm sure some of it did, because you can see it in slow-mo, which we can't show. And I wouldn't want to show it anyway, because it's terrible. But what up, Shot Red? How you doing?
Good. How you been, man? How you been? You healed up well?
We were just talking about it. No, not really yet. Not yet.
Well, I don't want to like deviate from the podcast. So what actually happened? Was like a virus. I didn't really.
Yeah, I want to know too.
All right, well, I'll tell the story. I was working on the bike, and I was putting some parts on it, or trying to fit some parts on it, and then realized that the parts that I was trying to fit on it weren't going to fit. So I put the original parts back on, and I took it around the parking lot real quick just to make sure that everything was copacetic with the bike and everything was installed correctly and stuff. And there's like a little parking lot around this area over here, over in that direction. Not that it matters. Where it's like a building with a big fucking parking lot all around it, right? And I was just kind of like doing circles around the building. And about the third circle around the building, the throttle got stuck for just a second, which happens with these bikes because it's a single cable pull. So don't need to know anything besides there's not anything really wrong with the bike. It's just something that happens with these bikes sometimes is when you let off the throttle, sometimes it takes a second for the throttle to let off. It's not ideal, honestly. It's a matter of the carburetor that's on it, but
So
that happened. That happened. Sorry?
No, I was going to ask. So that does not happen with new bikes, right?
It can. It just depends on the bike.
Okay.
Anyway, so I let off the throttle. It kept throttling for just a second. So I had to hit the front brake to slow down because there's a road ahead of me and I have to take a turn. And where I hit my front brake, there was a whole bunch of gravel.
Oh, God.
And it locked up the front tire. And when you're going along, I was probably going 20 miles an hour, give or take. You know, might have been 15, might have been 25. I'm not sure exactly. But the front tire locked up, and when that happens, your bike hits the ground faster than gravity. It's amazing how quick it happens. And because I was just going around the parking lot real quick, and I was just testing something out real quick, and I was going to do it for 2 minutes and go back to the apartment, I didn't run upstairs and put on all my gear. If I'd put on all my gear, it would have been fine. I would have had some scratched up gear and some scratches on my bike. You know, no big deal. As it was, I was wearing fucking Crocs for shoes, and my foot got fucking skinned, bro. My foot got fucking skinned. Like there's a chunk of skin about that big. Like road rash, okay, like that's where like your skin gets scratched up and it's bleeding. But I had a piece of skin that big that was just gone. There was no skin whatsoever. And so I go to the doctor and they like sewed it up and like squeezed it together and they made this into like that, you know, they made it a smaller hole, but there's still a good hole in my foot where there was no skin, and it takes a couple weeks to grow it back. You know, you just got to wait for your skin to grow back. So that's what I've been doing. And then they put me on antibiotics and I went through the first course, and it's been 2 weeks since then. And I don't know, my foot was starting to hurt again, so now I'm on another round of antibiotics. It's like, Jesus, dude. But still, it feels like every now and again there's like a needle poking my foot. Like it's it just happened when I was talking about it. That's why I said that. Anyway, how you doing, Shot Red? How's things with you, man?
Oh, everything's good so far. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be moving. So it's gonna be like at the end of the year.
You still going to Vegas?
Nah, Austin.
Oh, you're going to be a Texan?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why are you moving to the most expensive place in Texas?
Oh, actually, I liked the area, but you know, it was either that or Dallas. I was just over at Dallas. Was it a month ago?
Dallas is getting expensive too, but it's still not as bad as Austin. The problem with Dallas is so many people have moved there in the past 5 years that the infrastructure really hasn't had time to catch up, so the traffic is just awful.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Traffic's a little weird in Texas.
Well, yeah, again, it's so many people have moved there, and they have, you know, like the roads are the roads that used to be there for the number of people who used to live there. And now they've got like millions more people who've moved to Texas, or whatever the number is. I don't know what the number is, but Dallas has grown quite a bit, you know, especially like the suburbs, like in Allen and all these other fucking places around.
Well, it's not just that. It's just how they drive, too. They drive a little weird and a little bit impatiently and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing about Texas is everything's so fucking far away that 60 means 80.
I'm wondering, because you know, the sports car I drive, I'm like, I already know one day I'm going to get stopped for speeding because I give it those cops, they wait. They waiting for you to fuck up. It's easier than here.
They'll get you for driving while black, so.
That's right, man. No devil that. No, yeah. When I was out there in Dallas, I was there. You know, I actually went into the zoo, the little safari zoo. That was nice.
Yeah, you went to the zoo?
No, they have a safari out there in Dallas. It's like, you know, it's like a little bit out of Dallas, like 30 minutes or something. But we were there, and you know, she's scared of animals and stuff. But it was cool. You saw the bison and deer and all types of critters, rhinos, and all types of stuff. Get to feed them.
Dude, you should have like fucked with her. Like, oh my god, there's a lion. Oh my god, a lion.
Well, might as well. That would have worked. But there ain't no way no lions would have been that safari because that would have been a whole buffet. Because you could just drive up there and I used their truck. And no, the thing that got me was the zebras ate up all the food and stuff, so they were like the most hungriest. And we had some llamas there. One llama literally just blocked the road from me with the car, waiting for me to feed it. I had no food.
Oh, he hit his ass and made some llama soup.
Yeah.
Or whatever you do with llamas. I don't know. What is llama meat a thing? I've never had llama meat. Is it like lamb but like bigger?
I wouldn't know.
I don't think anyone knows. Like people who own llamas don't even know.
Check out Peru. Maybe they eat them in Peru. I mean, that's going to be a place where they got llamas.
I knew a dude who was from Peru, but he did the hamster thing though. They do eat hamsters.
Hamster?
Yeah, they got those big fucking hamsters out there. What are they called?
Oh, the capybara.
Yeah, the capybara. That's right.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm talking about actual hamsters though. Actually eating
hamsters, okay.
Well, there's a lot of cultures eat guinea pig.
Yeah, guinea
Yeah,
pig.
for
No,
sure.
not my bad. I'm mistaken. Yeah, it was guinea pig.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the giant guinea pigs. That's awesome.
Yeah, like the Puma Punku and Sacsayhuaman and all of these ancient megalithic sites that are out there in the mountains of Peru, like Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
They've got those step terraces in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
They grew two things in the mountains of Peru. They grew sweet potatoes because that's where sweet potatoes come from. They basically over generations of time made potatoes bigger and sweeter and more nutritious to eat and stuff like that. So that's what they were growing in the mountains. And do you know what the other thing they were growing was? Take a guess.
What was that? Oh, let's go. Mezcal.
Cocaine.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Okay.
they're growing sweet potatoes and coca plants.
Damn it. I was hoping for some good mezcal.
Yeah, and the thing about it, they're ancient societies. They had no form of currency. They didn't have welfare or anything like that. They just kind of made sure everyone worked and made sure everyone was taken care of and fed. So maybe we could learn something from the ancient. I don't even were they Aztecs? What were they? I don't even know. Anyway, the people of Puma Punku in Peru. Anyway, Colorado has a new state historian, and she wants residents to take a closer look at the history of the state's people of color and working class. I said, of course she does. I'm getting sick of all these fucking left-wing crazies, man. Especially with everything going on with that woman who strangled her kids, and now you've got women out in the street fucking supporting and Candace Owens and stuff, saying how she believes that the mother was innocent, and Jesus, dude, things are getting insane. The true crime moms out there, all these true crime people watch too many true crime shows, and now they believe everything's a true crime episode where the actual mainstream media story of what's going on is just a lie and it's actually something else, and they know it's their feelings that know, and facts can't fucking convince them. It's crazy, dude. I swear I had a bunch of stories and I don't know where they went. This is weird. It's fine.
Did you put in a different folder?
No, I retweeted a whole bunch of stories before the show, and it's I never did it now. They just lost all the stories.
Sometimes facts don't matter. And Honda, you just got to make some shit up. So go ahead.
This guy's not on drugs at all. Oh, man. Yeah, here's that crazy lady. She strangled 3 of her kids, dude, with exercise bands. She sent her husband out to CVS or something to go pick up something. knowing it would take him like an hour or however long to go there and come back. And while he was gone, she wrapped fucking exercise bands around her 3-year-old, her 2-year-old, and her like 6-month-old baby.
5, 3, and 8 months old.
Whatever it was, it almost doesn't even matter.
It really doesn't, yeah.
Can you imagine your wife being like, "Hey, can you go pick me up some milk?" And you're like, "Okay, honey, I'll be right back." And you come back with milk and all 3 of your children are dead, and she slit her fucking wrists and jumped out the window but failed to kill herself. She should have wrapped some fucking bands around her fucking neck.
Unfortunately, yes.
Like he didn't want to go get cigarettes, he probably wouldn't came back.
Yeah, dude. That makes me upset. I'm glad I don't have little kids. I couldn't imagine. Like, can you imagine looking at your wife right now with if you have like a 6-month-old and being like, "Are you okay, honey? Like, is it okay if I go get some milk, or do you want to come with, or maybe I'll just bring the kid with me?" Like,
as long as you don't got to feed her before you go, I think that's okay.
yeah, dang it. I had a bunch of stories, but now we got to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, is it the I keep seeing Ruby Ridge. I'm sorry, I said Ruby Red. Ruby Ridge stories. Is that today that started?
What is Ruby Ridge? I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what Ruby Ridge is?
I don't. Now I feel really bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Let me tell you about Ruby Ridge.
All right, cool.
So there was this guy, and he had a couple of kids and a wife, and they decided to move to northern Idaho because they wanted to get away from, like, they were like preppers back in the day in like the early 90s, you know, and like,
Well, he was a military guy. He was one of those like tier guys.
Didn't really trust the government and wanted to kind of get away from things, and so they bought a bunch of land up in the mountains of northern Idaho in this place called Ruby Ridge, and built a cabin or something like that and moved his family out there. Now, there wasn't very many people out there, and he wanted to socialize his kids, and there was this group of, like, honestly, there was a group of white supremacists who lived out there, but there weren't many people around, and he wanted to have some socialization for his kids, so he ended up hanging out with the white supremacist, like, group of people or whatever, and the government wanted to infiltrate this group because this is the days before internet and cell phones and stuff like that, so it was a lot harder for them to get information on groups like this, so they had to get people on the inside. And so a government agent went to Randy Weaver, the guy, that's his name, and said to him, "Hey, man, I've got these shotguns. I'll pay you some money, and could you modify them for me? Can you cut down the barrels on these shotguns?" And he's like, "Yeah, money. I like money, sure," and just sawed off the fucking barrels, which is a federal crime. To which they said, "Okay, you've now committed a federal crime. We will come arrest you and put you in jail and separate you from your family and put you in financial burden. You'll probably lose your house and your land and everything else. Or you can work for us and you can infiltrate this group for us and get deeper into it and tell us what's going on."
Oh my gosh.
And he said, "Go fuck yourself." Not barricaded, but he secluded himself and his family in his cabin up in the mountains, to which the federal government then sent agents to at first surveil him, I guess, or something like that, maybe eventually to arrest him, but they were surveilling him, and his son was walking through the woods with his dog one day, and the dog and the son, no one knows exactly what happened, but they came across a couple agents who then shot the dog.
Oh my God.
And then the son was carrying a rifle because this is the early 90s and, they're in the woods and that's how you get food and stuff. And so he had a rifle. So the 13-year-old son shot one of the agents and killed the son.
Okay.
So Randy goes back and finds, I guess he had a friend with him when this happened. The friend goes back to the house, grabs Randy. Randy comes and finds the dog and the son killed, takes everyone back to the cabin, and now they're barricaded in, right? And since the son shot one of the agents, which is still in question, they sent a bunch of agents there. You know how they do.
Yeah.
And a sniper. So it was a couple days later. They've been held up in the mountains. They're like getting paranoid about stuff and setting up, I don't know, like trying to figure out what's going on outside of their house.
Yeah.
And they're coming back inside, and the mom is holding their 6-month-old baby and holding the door open for them as they're walking in, and a sniper shot her in the head.
Oh my God. Are you? Oh, wow.
So they killed his dog, they killed his son, they killed his wife. He still had 2 daughters, maybe 3. I can't remember. But he had a couple of daughters left and him. Oh. And there was a big standoff that lasted for weeks until he finally gave up. And they put him in jail for, like some amount of time for the gun charges that they had him on. Released him, and then basically had to pay him millions of dollars and pay his children millions of dollars. Like it was a big fucking thing. Whole bunch of people were upset about it, which led to the Oklahoma City bombing. The guy who pulled off the Oklahoma City bombing, supposedly, was inspired by what happened to Randy Weaver and his family.
Oh, wow.
So as recompense for what happened to Randy Weaver, he built bombs inside of a Ryder truck and parked it outside of a federal building in Oklahoma City and set it off.
Yeah.
Again, who knows what actually happened, but that's the official story. So,
okay.
So yeah, that's the shortest version of that I could tell. There's a lot more to it.
Now I know.
Yeah. Ruby Ridge, 1992.
Jeez.
I would like to add one thing to that story, or the actual truth of what happened to Ruby Ridge there, is the feds then lied about killing his son because they were all using 9mm. Randy and his family had 5.56, and all the bullets in his son's body were 9mm.
Oh, wow. So, like, you can't even deny that.
Well, they also tried to claim they were also trying to claim he shot his own son, is what it was.
The sniper's name was Lon Horiuchi. He's also one of the snipers at Waco.
Yeah, he was one of the guys at Waco. He's the guy who killed the dude on top of the fucking water tower at Waco.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys got a pattern going on, don't you?
Dang, I can't watch that. What'd you say?
Oh, no, just a pattern
Dang,
going
can't
on.
watch that either. Sorry. See, this is why you got to fucking curate. Dang it. Dude, fucking... There's nothing I can watch here. We got to fucking stop sharing screens, I guess. We'll just look at this kid.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
It was intense.
Bro.
Just to be clear, today is the anniversary of Ruby Ridge.
Yeah, okay. That's why there's all the stories about it. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was the 21st and 31st.
Kids hearing their mom say she supports Lindsay Clancy. That's the lady who killed her kids. We're not supposed to laugh about shit like that, but look at that kid's face.
That's when you just open the door and jump out the fucking car.
Yeah, bro. So what's going on with you, Mr. Lawfully Armed?
Just guns and stuff.
Just guns and stuff?
Yeah, I'm sleeping in the house. It's all good here. We finally got some rain. The whole state of Arkansas nearly has been under burn ban for several weeks. I don't know that it rained enough to lift that, but at least it's not Like there's been a bunch of road fires on the highway and stuff. We'll throw up cigarette butts.
We got some rain too. It's been pretty droughtful. It's low precipitation recently, at least up here.
Hope you all like.
It's gotten really bad around here recently. I guess Gary, Indiana too got really bad. They've had power outage for like 10 days now.
Dude, what happened to Iraq veteran 8888? He looks like he took Ozempic.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Midlife crisis, divorce.
Yeah,
They were talking about how that stuff causes blindness now.
Bro, I've been saying, like, ever since that shit came out, like, I know everyone wants to lose weight and look skinny and look good and stuff, but man, I feel like there's something that they're going to find out that's, like, really bad about that shit.
Oh, there's already stuff bad about it.
It also causes
more and more
intestinal paralysis.
Eduardo says, I need a new accessory belt. Hey, Tactical Muffin Tops here. What's up, man? How's it going, dude? Did I send you a link? You can come in.
Where I go, he follows.
Oh, were you just on a chat with him?
No, negative. I was on a chat with him last night, like 24 hours ago.
How's Mr. Muffin Top doing? I haven't talked to him for a minute.
Right as rain and roly-poly.
Nice. Yeah, I can't even find his fucking name on my list now. It's so far down. Or I just skipped over it. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, I sent you a link. Fuck you, get in here, you dickhead. Hey, Corey's out there too. What's up, Corey? How you doing, man? The mom was just sad and didn't have any alternatives to not be sad. Bro, like, we were talking about this on Matt's chat. I was on Matt's chat earlier. Like, I don't care what your reason is. I don't care if you're insane, you know? It seems to me like anyone who kills their kids like that is insane. So that's not a defense. You got to punish the crime, not the person. The crime was you murdered 3 children. You strangled 3 innocent children to death. If that's true and it's proven in court that you did it, I don't care what your reason is. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care how depressed you were. I don't care how mentally ill you are. I don't fucking care. You should just be put to death.
Here.
Just rolled off a fucking cliff in your wheelchair, or we'll hang you, or we got firing squad. We got a million fucking ways to do it, bro. And if you didn't understand that you were doing something bad, doesn't matter. The kids are still dead. If you were really sad and you didn't really want to, but you did, doesn't matter. Kids are still dead. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't care what your reason is. There's no excuse. There's nothing that you can say that's going to justify that on any level to me whatsoever. And any of these fucking crazy liberal women who are making excuses for her, talking about postpartum depression and all this other, like, okay, great. Let's talk about that so this doesn't happen again. Let's talk about that so we can look out for the fucking warning signs of that in the future for people who are going through that, so we can save some children from going through what those children went through. As for this woman, it's too late for those kids, and it's too late for her. Too fucking bad. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Not even to jail. I don't even skip prison. We have other ways of dealing with that. And there's no coming back from that. There's no future for her. There's no societal benefit to her breathing at all. The only societal benefit is to show the entire society what happens to you if you do that, and to also educate people so that they can look out for those warning signs of that. So when you have little kids in the house and your wife is fucking insane, maybe you can save the kids. That's it. That's the only benefit.
One thing I will say about the Clancy case is that I think what needs to be talked about more on this whole situation is Big Pharma's accountability in all this, because this woman was on a slew of psych drugs that are known to cause homicidal and suicidal thoughts and actions. the fact that she continued to take them and apparently was suing Big Pharma in this whole situation, or suing the doctors that prescribed all those big pharmaceutical medications, just shows that she had enough wherewithal to know what the fuck she was doing, basically. And that her defense is just bullshit entirely. And the fact you have all these other women ass clowning around and being a cult for her is just fucking ridiculous at this point.
Again,
Again,
so I'm ignorant. I don't know what points are they making to defend her.
I don't know either. I don't
They're
even care.
just making up insane shit at this point. They're claiming he did it. They're claiming,
Yeah, it's a
oh,
bunch
it's
of
his
crazy
voice
shit.
that was in her
Basically.
fucking head, and like it's basically it's just demon possession at this point. Honestly, like it has to be.
Yup, I agree.
Again, though, it doesn't. I like. Okay, it's pharma. It's big pharma that like caused her to do it, and that's the reason that she did was because she was on SSRIs or whatever. Okay, fine. Let's like make sure that we can stop that from happening in the future. Let's like get away from the SSRIs and let's put this bitch to fucking death. Because she already killed the kids and it doesn't matter now. Jesus Christ. Like, man, there's so much on Twitter you can't even show because it's just like, oh, violence and a YouTube strike.
Honda, would something like that, you think, be embraced if we could convince somebody like to have passion like you do, as far as like, hey, you clearly killed these people, you should be put to death. We're not going to pay for you to live for 45 years on our dime. You're just done. So like, how are we going to get that response to be acceptable in the current like environment? How are we going to do that?
I don't think we will, dude. I think that we've got so much discord, so much disagreement, so much like we used to see eye to eye in this country on a lot of things, you know, like you might not agree about like the tax situation or something or the foreign war and wherever. But when it comes down to it, we're all Americans here and we all agree in the Constitution and we all say the Pledge of the Allegiance to the flag and we all, you know, don't want communism and, you know, like a whole litany of things that we'd all agree on. And now it's like we don't agree on anything. Like, how are you supposed to, like someone was talking about like, oh, we got to save the country. We got to have a constitutional convention so that we can write a new Bill of Rights and a new constitution and save the country. And it's like, do you think that more sane minds are going to come together right now than the original founding fathers? Like, I realize, like, when it comes to our Constitution, we really don't follow it. There's a lot of things that are in our Constitution that we just, like, kind of, like, ignore and don't really look at, you know? And therefore, we kind of don't really have a Constitution. But that being said, like, do you think that if we were to have a constitutional convention that rational minds would come together and agree on things in a way that makes sense for actually moving the country forward in a direction that we want to go for our children? No, I don't think so. I think if we did that, they'd make everything way fucking worse because most of these people want to just tear everything down. Most of them want to see, they're like the Joker. Like, you can't reason with them. You can't fucking, you know, give them something that they want because what they want is the end of this society. They want to tear it down because they've been raised to believe that everything is racist or everything is, you know what I mean? And it's like, bro, like you can't even have the conversation with them to fucking agree or disagree on things that make sense because what makes sense to you doesn't make sense to them. And what makes sense to them is like fucking insane. So I don't know what to do. But when it comes to people, like what we should do, I think, if we have someone who has done a egregious crime and we have them dead to rights, there's not any ambiguity of as to whether they're guilty or not. We maybe give them like appeals, you know, process where they can appeal their court case one time to make sure that the court didn't like bulldoze them or fucking do something unconstitutional in the process of convicting them. But when the court case is done and when the appeal process is done. So maybe like a year, you know. Yeah, that's it. You get like a year. It shouldn't be 45 years on death row. It shouldn't be 17 different appeals that you get until you run out. It shouldn't be waiting on the phone for the governor to call to you know, pardon you or stay your execution. It should be like what is the fucking saying? It's like hold on, come back to me. I gotta look up the saying. Someone say something.
Titty.
Something.
Overall, I like what you're saying. I just feel like there's the urgency isn't quite there. Like, I feel what you're saying and I believe what you're saying and I agree with it 100%. Let's just deal with it and get over with it rather than spend all that extra money. It doesn't make sense. So, and you should probably have a radical sort of form of like rehabilitation. So if it's not either, you know, child, you know, molestation or anything related to children, and it's not murder, you know, I think there might be some leniency on some other things, but you still got to make a decision pretty rapidly how you're going to fix that and get it done. And if you can't get it done, then I think, yeah, it needs to go.
So the saying that I was trying to think of is mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. So like, let's say a guy murders your mother, right? Or someone you love. Doesn't have to be your mother, you know, just someone you fucking love. And everyone's like, oh, we're going to excuse it because, you know, he had a bad upbringing and you don't know what he's been through. And like, really, it wasn't his fault. And so we're not going to give him much time in prison. We're just going to give him a slap on the wrist and he's going to be back out on the streets. And the dude's just smirking in court and laughing about the person that he killed and doesn't give a shit. You know, that's cruelty to the person who's innocent. That's cruelty to you who loved that person who died. That's cruelty to you to not have justice. And when we don't have justice in this country, that's when the court system falls apart, because otherwise we're going to take justice back into our own hands. Like if someone rapes my kid, right, and the police find him and we take him to court and my kid testifies and like we go through the whole process and they put him on probation, like that's not good enough for me. I'm sorry, that is not justice. That is not justice. And if you have enough people who are innocent who don't receive justice for the crimes that are committed against them and against the people that they love, then eventually they're going to take justice into their own hands, as they should. Like, we had a thing in this country back in the day before we had all these court systems and stuff. And we had courts, we had judges, we had lawyers, we had all of that. But there were a lot of laws that weren't really written down. There were a lot of things that were kind of decided by the people. And when there was a politician or someone that went out of line or someone who stole from everybody or who fucked everybody over, they would just cover him with tar and feathers in the street and watch him fucking die. Because back then, the tar had to be hot enough, it would blister your skin. The blistered skin with tar and feathers in it. Feathers have fucking chicken shit in them. Chicken shit and blisters make fucking infection. Infection in fucking 1700s would mean you're dead. You'd die a fucking slow and painful fucking death. And that was justice. That was justice. And they were like, man, that's a little bit too barbaric. We should probably do it a little bit better. But they would still, like, you know, back in the day, like even in the cowboy days, you got found guilty of a heinous crime. They didn't wait for 45 years feeding you in prison, waiting for fucking... No, they just, like, they got through the court case. They gave the fucking verdict. They built the fucking gallows. And that weekend, they had a fucking hanging. What's wrong with that?
Yep.
And I suppose there were probably some people who got fucking charged with crimes and convicted of crimes that they didn't commit, and I'm sure that happened, you know. And one of our founding fathers said that it's better that one guilt... Wait, what was it?
100 guilty men go free
than one innocent man be... Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's like, man, we've got DNA evidence, we got forensic data, we've got cameras, we got all kinds of shit that they didn't have back then that can prove things beyond a fucking shadow of a doubt about what happened and who's guilty and who needs to be fucking charged with whatever. But man, like, and I agree. Like, if it's ambiguous, if we don't really know if the person's guilty or not, then we shouldn't be convicting them. But in this day and age, man, there's fucking 12 ways from Sunday to prove that someone's guilty of something. Shit, we got these flock cameras everyone fucking hates, which keep being a problem, by the way.
Why is that?
Well, it's going to be a Fourth Amendment issue. Like, you have a right. You have a right to be secure in your person and possessions and effects and papers and everything. And you've got these cameras that are watching everywhere they go and reporting back to the government whenever something happens. And people are like, police officers are using it to watch ex-wives, and people are being charged with crimes they didn't commit because they just drove through the wrong area at the wrong time or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gets cars.
I'm glad you 180'd.
What's that?
I'm glad that you pulled a 180 on the flock subject, because for a second I thought you were advocating for them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, again, there's fucking 70 other ways they have to catch you fucking doing a crime, And like, maybe the flock cameras would make them be able to catch a few more people a little bit quicker. But are we all willing to give up our rights and our fucking freedoms and our right to privacy?
Not at all.
I don't think we are.
No. I guess, yeah.
Like, it's kind of a good thing that Flock came out the way that it did, because these cameras are on big black poles sticking up in the air with cameras and like fucking solar panels and stuff. They're pretty easy to identify.
Why they got to be black?
They could have rolled it out in a way that they were like inside of the lens of the fucking stoplights or something, like, who knows what they could have done that would have been different. That would have made it so that it wasn't as visible and visceral and people wouldn't be able to identify it and fucking have a problem with it if it was just like part of the fucking traffic lights or something, or whatever the case is. They could have made it invisible. So it's kind of a good thing that Flock is so visible, so that we can have this discussion, so that we can have this discord. There was a story about someone in Ohio who cut down a Flock camera. They caught him. They took him to prison. They charged him with a crime. They put him in front of a jury, and the jury said, "No, we're not convicting him. We know he did it. We know he's guilty." And again, that's why you have a jury of your peers who convict you of the crime, because there's some things that you do that are technically illegal, that are technically wrong and against the law, and these powers that should not be have decreed down to the people below, to us little peons, that we shall not do this thing. But you still have to stand in front of a jury of your peers, and if your peers say, "Yeah, actually, he should do that thing. Yeah, actually, I do agree with that." Like that guy whose kid got fucking molested, and he was waiting for him in the Gary, what's his name? He's waiting for him in the fucking airport, and he shot the guy.
Gary Plaucher.
No, Gary, why? Well, he didn't get fucking slap on the wrist is what he got, right? Like, it wasn't a big deal. Because the jury of his peers said, yeah, if that happened to my family, if that happened to my kid, I probably would have showed up at the airport too. I completely understand that. I completely agree with what he did. I mean, maybe not completely, but I at least understand it and agree with it enough to like not fucking fuck him over for the rest of his life.
Hondo, are you familiar with Independent Mini United?
Independently United?
No, Independent Mini United.
Your fucking phone or whatever is like blah, 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 blah. It's kind of robot-y.
Independent Mini United.
Independent Mini United.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm not familiar.
She's a channel here on YouTube and Rumble. She often says that vigilante justice is still justice.
Well, I mean, when justice doesn't work anymore, that's where justice goes. That's why fucking Gotham needed Batman, because fucking the Gotham City Council and the police and the court system weren't convicting the jokers of the world. They weren't holding the mob accountable. They weren't, because they were paid off, and there was injustice in the system to the point where they needed someone to come in and fucking make justice happen. And I'm not advocating for that even. Like, I'm just saying that's where it goes. That's what happens eventually. And if they don't want that to happen, if they want to fucking keep us a civil society that has rule of law, then they need to enforce the rule of law. And again, fucking mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. When you're merciful on these people who've committed 70 fucking violent crimes against people, and the 71st they stab some girl on the fucking bus when she's not even looking, or the 71st they stab some kid in the heart at a fucking at a track meet. Oh, by the way, did you hear about that Carmelo Anthony case update?
Oh no, what's up with that?
So his girlfriend came forward,
Okay.
and said that the day before the murder happened, that he was texting her fantasizing about murdering someone.
Ooh, that's
Technically, what was said was he was fantasizing about killing someone with a knife and then licking the blood off the knife.
Oh, that's not quite as sexy and more.
This
like,
was also around the same time that it came out that he was actually stalking her because she was an ex-girlfriend, and that was the same day that they gave him a retrial. Not retrial, but they're taking the original judge off the case, and they're basically getting an appeal going. So it is now. But with all this new evidence, they need to basically give him the death penalty now. Is what it is.
Well, they need to just, dude, death penalty would be fitting there, or at least like, man, people like that need to be out of society. Like, if it's the case that we don't have the stomach to kill someone, we should at least lock them up until they're dead. You know, like you don't get to be free anymore. The rest of your life, the only freedom you're gonna get is breaking bricks in that fucking sun. You know. What's up, Muffin Top?
What's up, man?
How the fuck are you doing, dude? It's
Good.
like a really night.
I volunteered for additional overtime, and I got myself into a little bit of a mess.
Oh no, an HVAC mess. That sounds terrible.
Well,
This
it's
is not a plumbing mess.
HVAC adjacent. It's not really my shit, but the guy who did it is like gonna die, so I added it to my payroll with a nice raise, and it's a lot of shit.
At least you're not a plumber. Like, it's a different.
I do that
shit,
too.
you know?
I do the plumbing too. We don't have a plumber, so I do all of it.
Man. Yeah, I got a
I
friend.
get paid very handsomely to do so, so I guess good thing back surgery didn't suck a dick, huh?
Oh yeah, how did that go? Are you doing
Pretty
better?
good. Yeah. I don't have nerve pain and stuff, so it's pretty good.
Fuck.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I know.
You were having some problems with that for a long time.
Yeah,
And you can
decades.
touch
The
his
back
toe.
doctor shook my hand. And he said, "I'll see you in 10 years because the one above it's popped." And I was like, "Oh, why didn't you just do that while I was in there?" Because you already pulled my guts out of my body once to get in there, you fucker.
Well, you know, why do something once when you get paid twice as much for doing it twice?
Yeah, it'll probably cost twice as much next time too.
Yeah, you're probably right. Man.
That sucks.
I only had to pay $3,000. The surgery was like $190,000.
Well, and think in 10 years, he'll have 10 more years of experience.
That's awesome.
That one will be dead. It'll be a robot.
Man. Yeah, did you hear about my foot situation?
I did. I actually donated to your GoFundMe because I felt bad, and I'm never on your chats. So,
well,
because
thanks, man.
we're homies, and I just don't have time, but I still love you.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's on my chat on your chat, and I feel like a dick.
No, yeah, because my timing's a little weird. You know, those stuff. That's why I can come on certain times.
Yeah, dude. Like,
I don't even know when
Matt
Matt starts this thing.
Well,
I
I
don't
started-
even have a set time anymore. I just do it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I've been doing it this week. My computer fucking broke on top of everything too, and I had to pay another like fucking bunch of money out of my pocket to fix my computer when I don't have money. Like fuck, bro.
How did your GoFundMe get to your goal, or no? I didn't hear.
Almost. I mean, we're on bologna sandwiches for the next 2 weeks at this point, but we're gonna pay rent. So, I mean, again, if anybody
It's been tough.
if anybody would like to upgrade me to ham, there's a link to the GoFundMe. You know, again,
Like 20 under the door. Somebody who's loaded.
Have you ever had peanut butter and bologna sandwiches?
No, that sounds terrible.
Stop, please.
That sounds awful. That
What's
sounds
the
like
with
something
your
fucking.
fascination with putting peanut butter
I'm
in?
What?
not gonna eat that mayo, man.
I'm not judging. It's cool.
I'm judging.
Wow.
You told me to put peanut butter in chili yesterday.
Some
Are you
people just like peanut butter.
Are you
Like,
one of those peanut butter dudes lawfully armed?
I just really like my peanut butter. Okay, leave me alone.
You can't get more calories per dollar than a jar of peanut butter. It's got chemicals inside of it that fool your body into thinking you're full when you're not.
Here's the deal. I just like squeezing oil out of fucking nuts, and that's the truth.
Sometimes I like to lube my cock up with peanut butter. Oh, wait. That was out loud. I meant to say that internally. I'm not saying you said that. Damn it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. My bad. I'm not saying you masturbate with peanut butter. That's pretty fucked up. I'm literally.
But it feels so good.
See, the trick is you use crunchy.
Why you got the dog
You gotta use
too?
the
I mean, come
crunchy-
on.
Oh, man. That feels like herpes or something.
Oh, it exfoliates.
It's like genital warts. Bro. Guy in the comments says, I need to become a billionaire so I can bankroll all the gun tube millionaire won't cut. Bankroll all of GunTube. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I'd be down with that. I was thinking, like, with all this bad luck, like, I need to start buying some lottery tickets or something, man. Something's got to turn around. But I had a fucking job interview the other day, too. Because, like,
Oh,
I still work at my job. I still have that job. When I'm healed up, I can go back to it. But I really don't like it.
Hey, that's understandable.
So I've been applying to places, and I finally got a couple of interviews at Dish Network, being like a cable installer, which to start off with wouldn't be the best money, like 25, 26 an hour or something like that, you know, but as long as you're getting full-time hours, it'd be enough to pay the bills. And then it goes up from there. Like after a couple of years, you make like 35, 40, you know, which is more along the lines of I could live off of that. And I did a phone interview. Phone interview went well. I did an in-person interview. I thought the in-person interview went great. I thought it went fantastic. Like the dude was same age as me, he played the same position in football. We both were on wrestling teams. He went to Cherry Creek. I went to Ponderosa. You know,
Wait, you told him you went to Polk High.
and like we hit it off, bro. We talked about stuff. Like I used to work in cable back in the day when I was 18. I worked for a small cable company that was a subcontractor of AT&T, so I kind of know what the work entails. Like obviously I would need some training because things have changed since 1985 or whatever year that was, but fucking yeah. And I got the email yesterday saying sorry, we went with someone else.
What? You were perfect for that job.
I keep looking at shit like I forget who it. I think is in China or Japan. I forget which country. They're like basically say like when something bad happens, you know, it was to save you from something worse. Like you didn't get the job because
See you, boys. I'm getting pulled over.
what's that?
Oh, put it live. Put it live. Oh, so you don't have to move out there, bro. You can move here. I'll take you in. You don't got to move that far.
show
You
me
gotta go to
muffins.
China.
Yeah, I still don't know what I'm gonna do though, bro. Like things are pretty terrible. I mean, I was like thinking about how bad it would be to move out of state and move away from my kids, but my kids moved away from me now. So.
Right? Yeah, you kind of get away with that now.
So I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So they moved away, man.
Well, yeah, my youngest son went out to college. He moved out last Wednesday.
He's out of state or like in
I mean, he's basically in Utah. I mean, he's still in Colorado, but he almost couldn't be further away in Colorado. It's like 4 hours away through winding, twisting mountain roads. So that's fun.
Making winter super exciting.
And then my other son's fucking 20, and you know he's got a girlfriend, and he's got a job, and he's got friends, and he's 20 years old, and he's basically here like 1 or 2 days a week, you know. So I don't know, dude. I don't know what to do. Did Muffin Top say he was getting pulled over?
Yes.
Oh no. You get Muffin Top pulled over in this bitch?
It'd be cool if you could like live stream his live stream. That'd be pretty interesting to watch.
Get him a constitutional case.
Hell yeah, exactly. Like all these people are watching right now. Like you better do your job right. Why are you pulling over? What's your reasonable article sufficient?
Dude, are we having ads in the middle of the live stream right now? Is that what's happening? That's crazy. I didn't agree to that.
They kind of do that. There's stuff on YouTube now. I'm surprised.
Yeah, they love to fuck you over as much as they can.
Well, they're gonna pay me some money for this shit because they don't usually pay me very much for ads. I know that. It's like fucking, oh, you got 1,000 views. Here's 5 cents. Well, shit. Yeah, man. I think it's getting a little bit late, don't you think? It's 10:30 here. What time is it where you guys are at? You guys are all fucking later than me.
After midnight.
Except for Shot Red.
Yep, 9:22.
Yeah.
11:22.
You're fucking West Coast. West Coast.
Let's go.
Pretty humid out here.
You mad?
Where you at? LA? I forget.
Yeah, pretty much LA.
What part of LA?
I'm in LA. I'm in the other south of it, the other cities next to it.
Like Pasadena?
You know, Inglewood, Torrance, Southgate.
What?
Bro, I'm in Inglewood, but it's Inglewood, Colorado, so it's a different Inglewood. All YouTube live stream run ads now. I started watching Tim Pool's IRL on Rumble. I hate that because Rumble zaps my phone battery. Really? Why would Rumble zap your phone battery? That's weird.
It shouldn't be. The one thing I like that I can still hear it playing when I have the screen off and I can just do my patrols and stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
So I'm in the squad car. I almost had to shoot a homeless lady recently.
Was she
Well,
coming at you aggressively?
shit.
Oh yeah, she had a blade on her.
Sounds like you guys are out of here. I'm out of here too then.
Well, we'll make one more stab at it before we go. Again, you guys don't have to, but if you'd like to upgrade me from fucking bologna to ham, here's the GoFundMe. Throw a couple bucks if you can. If not, I understand.
No, we ain't gotta go ham. We gotta go turkey.
Dude, turkey be nice. I mean, I like chicken too. Chicken sandwiches are nice. But yeah, we're on bologna and hot dogs right now. Fucking mac and cheese. It's enough, but just barely. But yeah, dude, I do appreciate you guys for being here tonight, though, and everybody here on the panel. It's good talking to you guys.
Good talk.
Yep.
Word, man. All right, well, until the next chat, I think I'll be on with Never Enough Ammo tomorrow. He said he's doing one, so I was gonna pop in there and say hey. So we'll see you guys there, and I'll do another chat soon. Don't worry, we'll be here. I mean, I got nothing better to do but fucking heal up and get my fucking foot not hurting and
get your chat on.
So until next time, deuces, y'all. Shall not be infringed. Trooper to Shabanaba to pressure, Batakath care, prek the troops, 2 words made in America. And we'll see you all next time. Deuces.
Wait.
Where are the white women at?